This is a lesson on how pianos work.
Okay, so this is a piano.
Okay.
You have your lower keys down here.
Okay.
And your higher keys over here on the right. And when you hit these keys, you can come over here actually and just look at this inside the piano. You see it?
Yes.
When you hit these keys, you have a hammer, which is this first instrument, or this first little tool here. This hammer comes and strikes the string. And then you have a damper, which is in the back, which is when you let go. So that's the hammer, and then the damper, when you let go, kind of silences the note. Because when you hit these strings, it causes a vibration, which is audible, which you can hear. And when the damper comes back down onto it, it stops the vibration, which stops the sound. So with your lower notes, you'll have a thicker string because it creates a lower sound with the thicker string. And then up on your higher strings, you'll have higher sounds because you have smaller chords. And on the higher ones, you typically have around 3 strings, and on the lower ones, you'll typically have 1 or 2 for each key. And what you can also do is with the bottom part of the piano, you have a pedal down here on the far right pedal, which when you play notes, they'll typically stop when you lift the keys up. But if you press this, then it pulls up all the dampers, and you can play notes and they'll keep going until you let go of the pedal, which stops all the sound.
And that's how a piano works.
Okay, so this is a lesson on how guitars work. So basically when a guitar is strung, just open, the strings vibrate and the sound goes through the body and it creates a sound. But the string vibrations don't sound good until you hit chords with them. So if you put your fingers in a certain spot or position on what's called the frets, so like what's called a C chord, it vibrates in the body, and the certain positions make the guitar resonate and the notes sound good. So the higher you go, the more the wavelengths shorten. So like if you just played an open E string, it's very low. But the higher you go, the shorter it gets. So the shorter the wavelength gets. So that's the same for string vibration. So like if you play a chord and then you play another one, and you keep going up, it goes up, and you sometimes can change keys, you can change tunes, and
Higher frequency.
so let's talk about higher frequencies. Okay.
Okay, so also on the guitar, when you're playing a full string, you like, say this, the lower E, if you're playing it open, you're going to have a lower sound, even though this is still a high string. You're going to have a lower frequency because you have a longer wavelength. But when you come up, you're going to get a higher frequency sound because you have a shorter wavelength. So the pitch is going to get a lot higher all the way up here because you're creating a shorter wavelength. But then when you're all the way down here, it's going to be a little bit lower because you have a longer wavelength, just like up here on the top one. It's going to be lower, but it's going to still sound higher up here, even with this thicker chord.
Yay!
Bongos. Alright, bongos. Thank you. So here's how this works.